How's it going there? This is Jose Bonilla with Aquadicted. I'm the owner with Aquadicted, and I wanted to do a live video here. My courteous video that I wanted to do was specifically about some of the 8 hilarious fish that were shamed publicly. It's just gonna be a quick little short video. Figure it'll be something fun and light, and also give you an opportunity to get you some ideas of shaming your fish and some of the weird, crazy things that they do. So let me go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna take a quick glance at the very first one here, and these two, as you can see, one is a beta fish. I'm a big fan of African cichlids, but you can see a beta fish here that loves to swim in his own poop. I don't know what's the deal there, why he's doing that, but it's a great way to, to shame the fish on there, because, whoa, good grief almighty. Now, another one on there is you can see that this specific fish decided to go ahead and eat all of its roommates. Not cool, right? Sad faces. Now, of course, they got all these fish shaming things out there, but the biggest ones that are most popular are the dogs, cats, and birds. So let's go ahead and contribute to it a little bit more. I mean, we got a big community here. Let's take advantage of it. If your fish is found to be doing some weird stuff, hey, let's go ahead and check out a couple more, get you some ideas. Let us know what your fish should be doing on there. If they're eating all their friends, all their roommates, the neighbors, whatever it may be, you throw new fish in there, and all of a sudden he just gulped them up and maybe choked himself out with the fish. I remember having this African cichlid. He was a actual. He was what he did. He was big, a little bit longer, a little bit bigger. He was growing. He was getting out of the juvenile phase. He started changing color. Man, this guy decided to go ahead and chomp down on a fish. He ate a fish that he couldn't even swallow, and he had the fish just protruding from the end of his mouth. It's absolutely hilarious, let me tell you. But let's go ahead and check out a couple other ones on here. This fish was being extremely naughty. He decided to go ahead and rip up all of his dad's plants out of the pots just for fun. Now, I don't know why he would do something like that. And some fish are just weird. They just go in there, they go ahead and tear things up, and that's just the kind of fish that they are. Now, doesn't matter if you give them a nice house, some rocks, man, good little shelter in there, man. You put a nice mound of sand on this side, or gravel on one side, and then slightly slope it down to the other side, and it turns out that the fish doesn't really like it that way. He's going to mess up that whole little setup. So let's go ahead and check out another one. Now, notice on here, another fish. He was extremely greedy. What he decided to do, he decided to eat a dozen feeder fish in one seating. Now, that's out of control. I mean, I never seen a fish eat that much in my life. And I guess he ate so much he decided to throw up a carcass in front of his friends. And you trying to show off your fish, you think it's cool, and he just does something weird like this. Like, come on, guy, for real? Let's go and check out another one. Now, let me go and zoom in on this for you. Let me see if I can bring this in some more so you can see exactly what they're writing. That's kind of what's more important, right? So check it out. Another beta fish in the back says, I like to hide in the space between the tank, the wall, and the heater, and try to cook himself. I mean, I've had several fish actually do this when I had some space heaters that didn't have the plastic covering on them. They would go ahead and squeeze themselves behind the fish tank heater. I don't know why. Maybe they just love the heat that much, or maybe they were sick, or something along those lines, and decided to take the last few breaths right behind that fish tank heater, or they just, put themselves in a predicament they couldn't get themselves out of, and just fried themselves, literally. Okay. Now, another one you can see on here is that it says, my mom is shaming me because I like my tank dirty and play dead for 2 days whenever she cleans the water, and it stresses her out. Now, fish get impacted by random things on there. If you're changing out the water, you're changing, depending on the water that you're putting in there, you may be changing the pH levels, you may be changing the temperature on there. You might be shocking them because you're removing a good bit of ammonia, and they're just not used to those chemical levels inside a tank. And fish do weird stuff when that happens, man. Also, with African cichlids, if you're putting in fresh water and it's a little bit cooler than the water is currently in there, it kind of replicates the environment, encourages them to start breeding. So you see them going out there with their battle dress, shaking off other males, trying to impress other females, and you start acting weird. A few of them might kind of turn off to the side and look like a little sluggish, and my goodness, that's a big stressor because we spend quite a bit of money on these fish. We spend a lot of time taking care of them. We admire them greatly. So when a fish does something like that, oh man, it scares the biscuits out of me. I know it does out of you too. So here, take a glance at one more. And this is one fish that was extremely greedy. I don't know what their ordeal was. Hey, let me go ahead and put this in a position so you can see it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do is just move it off here to the right, and you can see what's important. Now, this fish decided to go ahead and be a big old fat piggy. I mean, it doesn't look pretty big. It's another beta fish. Seems like the betas are winning. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty positive that we can come up with some better fish shaming ideas. Maybe comment some below. Heck, better yet, you know, take a photo of your fish and post it on there about something crazy that they do. And this one here decided to eat all the snail food. I've had a couple of the fish that would eat the veggies, the veggie dish. You throw them, cichlids are some aggressive fish. They go in there and eat anything and everything that you throw at them. If they're Some of them won't eat flakes. Some of them will eat flakes. Some of them will eat the cichlid sticks that you put in there. Some of them would think they're cichlid sticks and eat it anyway. I'm not sure if it's a piece of plastic, a piece of wood, driftwood. They'll try to eat that. It's just weird, man. This fish decided to eat all the snail food, and of course, and after he ate all snail food, went ahead and ate all his food. So, of course, his mother decided to go ahead and shame him. So, let's check out another weird acting fish here. This fish decided to play dead for half an hour by jamming himself underneath a rock. I had a cichlid that it was pretty big fish, gorgeous. It was getting up in age, but maybe the other ones were picking on him. I don't know exactly what happened, but he skirted out behind one of the rocks between the glass. And my fish tank was up against the wall. It was one of those 125-gallon fish tanks. It was a tall one, a little shorter on the sides, about 5 foot wide, about 3 foot tall, and it was up against the wall. So it went behind a rock up against the wall on there. I didn't see it for a few days, so I'm looking forward, thinking maybe it's floating, maybe it's behind the fish tank heater. No. This fool got stuck behind a rock. He was back there for a couple of days, and since he wasn't eating and he was stuck pretty good and kept squirming around, might have injured himself, and he started getting sick and he swelled up. Oh man, like a balloon. I never seen one swell up like that. It looked like a complete different fish. So finally, I found him back there, and I went ahead and got him, let him get loose, and he recovered about a week later, and he did pretty well for several months thereafter. But I think he was just getting up in age and finally croaked on me. But it was a good memory. I love the fish. He brought me all kinds of great memories, and definitely a huge panic attack when he did that to me on there. So if you like the video that I presented on, I'd like to go ahead and see if you can help me out here. Go ahead, like, share, comment. Um, like, share, and comment. Put on there some of the scenarios that your fish had did to you to kind of scare and shake you out, maybe stun you, or if they did, some of mine, they like to fly outside of the tank and lay on the ground and flop around, and I don't even know how long they've been out there, so it kind of, it startles me and puts the fear of God in me when I see my fish do something crazy like that. Now, some of the other things they've done, man, they try to eat each other, they fight each other. They chase. I had one bully that chased a fish all over the dang place. He was an African cichlid. It was orange blotch. He had orange background, a bunch of little spots all over him, and he was a bully to tank for sure. He would chase them all over the planet. And you know what helped that out? Actually, throwing in more fish and putting in more hiding places actually fixed the problem. I mean, he can't chase them all, right? So They all ended up surviving extremely well. Didn't have to separate them or anything like that. But go ahead and comment. Tell me about some of your experiences with your fish on there. Love to hear them. I love to share it with you as well. And if you liked the video, you thought some of these were funny, go ahead and share it on your page. It's a public post, so go ahead and share it, and also like it, because the more posts that I do like these, if they get more publicity and people are seeing them and enjoying them, that's of course going to bring me happiness, but it's also going to bring happiness to the other live aquatic pet collector or fish collector. And secondly, it's going to bring more notoriety to the site. Maybe I can bring out some more different products, the more advanced products, and do some more videos like this, scoping out different items that might make your fish tank a whole lot cooler, like one of those LED light installments that I did downstairs in my basement. So if you got any questions in regards to it, definitely send me a message. And again, this is Jose Bonilla. This has been a short video, and the short video that it was about was, of course, regarding you know, some of the fish that like to do some weird things. Okay, some of the 8 hilarious fish that were shamed publicly. So go and shame your fish publicly. Hey, I love to see them because I like to laugh too. And again, this is Jose Bonilla, owner of Aquadicted. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.